Entrepreneurial HR horror story incoming. No, it's not that bad. I did want to share a story though with you of a time where we learnt that it is not your responsibility as an entrepreneur to gauge someone's or to train someone's will to change. It is your responsibility to provide them every resource possible and every opportunity to become the person you need them to be, and to have that expectation set out clearly. But if they don't do it, that's not on you, right? If you give them every opportunity to, you go through a performance improvement plan, you try your best to help them, at some point they've got to go. And that's exactly what happened with us. We had a tutor, lovely, lovely guy. Absolute hero, was a recommendation from another person. He was great. Apart from his metrics, his stay rates were low. We weren't making money on him. Students weren't getting good results. Like, it was a bad look for the company. And so, like, financially and brand image wise, like, it just wasn't worth it for the people. And that's not what we do. We have a very high standard of the service we deliver. And we want to make lots of money doing it. There's no shame in that. So after reviewing his KPIs, and we have these reviews very often, is just to say, look, these metrics are, this is where the team is at, you are here. Now, at a minimum, you have to be here. That's not like we want you to be. Like, if you don't get there, we cannot keep you, period. So let us help you. And then we went through a period of training, time, like offering multiple sources of training from multiple different people, basically finding every way possible to help this person. And I think it was on the third iteration of looking at this. It had been going for months. We were like, look, I'm really sorry. It hasn't worked. You haven't improved. You haven't reached the bare minimum baseline, which we've said. And so you've got to go. We love you, but we can't keep you because it's just the numbers say so. And he turned around and said, I didn't know it was that serious. And I'm like, oh. If it were that serious from the get-go, would he have done it harder? Now, I don't think the answer is yes, honestly. But that's why it's not your fault. Because anyone who thinks that, hey, you need this bare minimum to be able to retain to do this job, I don't know how much more serious that can get, where the ramifications are not crystal clear. Imagine you're an entrepreneur, you're a contractor, you're building someone a shed, right? They're going to pay you £1,000 for a shed. That's what you've agreed. If that ends up costing you £2,000, you have to build the shed. You've agreed £1,000, period. But you will very quickly run out of money if you continue to do that. That's not acceptable. And that's what the situation was. And I find it entertaining that people who don't have entrepreneurial backgrounds, who have never had that sort of endeavor, don't make this connection of that. They just think a job is just, they're going to get paid no matter what. Because that happens so much in today's society, there is so much entitlement around, I deserve this because I turned up and gave you my time. Your time is irrelevant if it doesn't work financially for the company and if people don't get the result of what we're promising. And we can only spend so many resources trying to fix that problem before we go bust. And then no one has a job, no one gets the promotions, no one gets the outcomes that we sell. So it really is our responsibility to help people, to give them all of the opportunity possible to get to the place they need to be able to do their job. I fundamentally do believe that. But if they don't understand the gravity of the situation, how important it is to actually achieve this goal, if they're not putting in the effort on their end, you cannot force them to do that. You can incentivize it 100%, and you should. But if they will not, you have to let them go. And I can tell you, this is probably the area I have lost the most money as an entrepreneur. I've lost hundreds of thousands of pounds, in the region of £300,000, I think. And I don't have that much money personally, just a heads up. So think about how much of a waste that is. Trying to have people get better who didn't want to. And so if you are an entrepreneur, If you're having this issue, don't waste your money. Put the money on another horse. Spend more money finding the right person up front. There we go. Have a great day. Hope that helps. Horror story complete. No, it wasn't. Peace.